What's up, guys? Fernape here. I'm here with...
Hey everybody, my name is Dr Amnesia.
And we're going to talk about the one thing that we both like about Pokemon.
Gen
4! Like, we are massive fans of Generation 4, aren't we, David?
Yay!
So, we're going to talk about our favourite parts of Gen 4, our dislikings in Gen 4, and what our favourite Pokemon from Gen 4 is. So, without further ado, let's get into the video! Alright, since you're the guest, you can go first.
Well, thank you, I do appreciate this.
No problem.
Okay, so we're going to start with the starter Pokemon. So, when it comes to the starter Pokemon in Gen 4, there's nothing really I can say bad about them. I love them all. I think the Turdswig is really cute, I think the Chimchar is really cute, and I think the Piplup's very cute.
Yeah, I'm more attached to the starter Pokemon. Like, I really like Turtwig and all of its evolved forms, and I like Chimchar and all of its evolved forms. Mate, I'm sure you can tell that because of the name of this channel.
Hey!
But I do really like Piplup as it is. When it evolves into Prinplup, it becomes the ugliest middle stage evolution ever, and when it turns into Empoleon, it becomes even stupider.
I must say I disagree with him on this one because I love Empoleon. Again, Piplup is it is ugly. I admit that Piplup is really ugly.
You mean Prinplup?
Prinplup, you know what I meant. But I don't think it's the ugliest because then you got Pignite. That thing looks like it's been eating too much and it looks like it needs to have a stick shoved down its throat and then like cook it.
I don't think it's ugly, but I do think it's fat and wearing a wrestling leotard.
Yeah, he's like a overweight Undertaker.
But we're not talking about Gen 5, we're talking about Gen 4.
This is true.
But I just really love Gen 4. Like, I definitely think that the Turtwig egg actually had the best evolution when it comes to grass types. But it's sugar honey iced tea in competitive. Like, have you seen how good it is in competitive? A 4 times weakness to ice is really awful.
That's not fun.
It really isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I like the design for Torterra. Torterra's design is just like...
Turtwig was actually the first Pokemon I ever picked when I ever played a Sinnoh game.
Mine was Piplup.
But I immediately made a mistake when I saw what Monferno's evolution was. I got to say, look, the games are amazing. Definitely had some of the best gym leaders.
This is true. This is very true. I mean, I loved, like, I think Diamond was my first Pokemon game.
Mine was Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but the second was Pearl.
Yeah, my first was Diamond when I was like, I remember spending a year trying to get past the first gym leader because I was 4, I think, 2007. No.
I thought it came around 2009, 2010.
It's 2007. Noob.
I remember.
Hang on, I'm 16. Alright, we'll go through this enough now. I think I was like 5 or 6, but I was stupid, so it's fine. I completed the game in the end. It just took me like a year and
Still,
a half.
the game introduced me to my favourite gym leader, which was Volkner. I absolutely love that gym leader. He is so awesome. Like, you see him go through through a lot of growth in both the games and the anime.
I like Crush Away because he looks funny. Like, he looks like a Rey Mysterio got like fused together with a Machamp, and that was the love child.
Oh, I thought it's only because he uses water types, and water type is your favourite type.
This is true. Water types are my favourite types. Yeah.
Mine's fire.
Yeah, no, this is.
Still, if I had to pick one bad thing about the Gen 4 games, I would probably say there was too much surfing. Like, let's be honest, like, Sinnoh had a lot of opportunities where you could surf, and that wasn't the biggest thing in the world, because I don't know anyone that loves to surf around.
I do.
Well, you're the first.
Alright, so I think the biggest letdown for Sinnoh was...
Stop looking off into the distance, I can't see your face.
Listen here. I'm not actually sure. I mean, I liked Sinnoh. If I was going to be really picky, I'd say the graphics but it is 2007. We can't expect a lot.
Yeah, but still, it was good graphics for its time.
For its time, it was.
I definitely think that the Sinnoh region actually gave the biggest challenge out of all the Pokemon games. Because X, Y, Oras, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were too easy.
May I say this? Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
X and Y was basically grabbing you by the hand and walking you through the game. Honestly, I think the game budget was spent on animation and cutscenes. There were so many cutscenes I wanted to commit Sudoku, which is a game.
The only good thing about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was definitely Ultra Necrozma, which was definitely the biggest challenge. But he says, no, it's way too easy.
I beat on my first try, Malados.
It took me so many attempts just to take it down the first time I ever faced Ultra Necrozma.
I took it down my first time.
The only way to take it down is to Toxic Kill it.
Oh, I just moved it.
Anyway, Gen 4 is definitely an amazing Pokemon game because it gives you some really big challenges, especially the Elite Four, and to top it all off, Cynthia herself.
Love Cynthia.
In more ways than one.
Hey!
Like, Cynthia is such an OP champion, like I said in my top 5 hardest champions video. She is definitely what a champion should be. Don't you think, David?
Yeah, because the other champions are like, oh, I throw out a Pokemon. Oh, look, I hit it with one move. It dies. Not with Cynthia. No.
I'm sure you're talking about Diantha.
Yes. Like, I want champions that actually test me. I want champions that are like, oh, you know what? I'm going to throw out this Pokemon. Oh, look, one hit, it dies.
Like, literally, Diantha is definitely a major pushover.
As well, I must say, who is also a major pushover is, what's his face? What's the one with the red hair and kind of like, he's from Black and White?
Lance?
From Black and White.
Alder.
That was one. He was a bit of a pushover too.
Well, it depends on what Pokemon you use and how high level they are.
This is true. I still feel it was pushover.
Like, still, I definitely think that Gen 4 is got to be the best generation out of all of the generations. And that comes with games and the anime, because the anime was crisp.
Yeah, it was crisp for its time. The one bad thing I'm going to say about the anime is that the fillers were good, but they became very repetitive at the end because they reused the same story every time.
But you have to admit, the battles between Ash and Paul never got
They
old.
were good fillers.
Like, they were the best fillers.
They made me happy.
Especially when Chinchar first uses Blaze on Ash's team, as well as when they had a full 6-on-6 battle at Lake Acuity and the quarterfinals at the Pokemon League.
It was fun because like that is good filler. Now that I know we're talking about Gen 4, but I'm just gonna scoot forward a little bit and look at X and Y's filler.
I will admit that some of the fillers in X and Y weren't the greatest.
X and Y fillers made me want to yeet the TV out the window.
Well, what's worse, the X and Y fillers or the Sun and Moon fillers?
That is very difficult, actually. I can't answer that.
Let us know what you think is the worst, X and Y fillers or Sun and Moon fillers.
Yeah, we could do like a little poll, you know.
Yeah, have a little conversation going.
Have a little conversation going.
He never gets bored of having a conversation in the comments.
Yeah, no, always like a conversation. Also in arguments, because the comments are very juicy. You just hear these, those burns that are just like, and just like...
Like, I actually watched it as a YouTube video by this guy called True Green 7, and there was quite a lot of different PokeTubers that say that Sinnoh/Gen 4 is the best.
It is, like, arguably, I think the story was the most thought out.
Yeah, the story was amazing. And not only that, you actually discover how time and space works in the Pokemon world.
Precisely, it had loads of lore, it had the backup, it was just amazing. Like, I can't fault it at all.
Like, if I had to pick another bad thing about Gen 4, I would probably say too many Legendaries.
That's never a bad thing.
Like, some people like to have like a Legendary to be rare, you know? Like, not as just something you can catch every other day.
I mean, I like the Legendaries in Gen 4. I'm not
gonna say that the Legendaries were bad, because they're not. They are amazing, especially Giratina and Dialga. I do also quite like Heatran, but I'm not a big fan of Cresselia or Regigigas.
You see,
Stop looking off into the distance, David. They want to see you.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Like, Cresselia and Regigigas are pretty bad. Like, Cresselia itself is... Stop nudging me, mate. Cresselia is just a really awful Pokemon. Very poorly designed, but Regigigas is a good designed Pokemon, but its slow start ability is subpar. Do you know what slow start does, my friend? No? Okay. Well, slow start art is an ability that halves the attack and speed for 5 turns. So, if it wasn't that ability, I would say that it is a very good Pokemon.
Bro.
I can tell that David's had enough of this video, so that's where we'll end it.
No.
Oh, sorry, my dog's currently playing with a yoga pot. It's fine, he does that all the time.
Okay, wait, we're not done then. That's what I was trying to get across. I didn't want to say it because it ruined the video, but like, that's why I was nudging you actually to try and get your attention, but you were like, nope.
Let's just continue, mate.
Yeah, we'll continue from here. We ain't gonna go on for too much longer because.
Like, tell us, like, what do you think, Hank, that Regigigas would be OP if he didn't have the slow start?
I think like that would work well, but then again, it would make him too overpowered.
Yeah, it's the same slacking with Trons. Like, it would make him overpowered if he got rid of the Trons ability, which has actually been seen in Pokemon Colosseum and XD. Where they basically use a Slacking and a Slowking, swap their abilities, and then Slacking can just sweep.
Sweepy boy.
Alright, that'll be the end of the video. Thank you for coming, David.
Thank you for having me, bro.
And be sure to check out David's channel and subscribe to him, especially since 1 or 2 of his videos are a bit okay. The others
I see how it is.
Alright, that'll be it. So, until the next time, this is Infernate.
And this is Dr Amnesia.
Signing out! Bye-bye!